Howdy doody everyone, and welcome to a new video. Today we are renovating the abandoned lot in Nordhaven. The one over here that comes with The Sims 4 hobbies and businesses. Businesses and hobbies. And half of it is residential and the other half is going to be a business. It's absolutely huge. So we actually had to split this renovation into two parts. So if you want to check out the first part, you can go check out the video. Actually, it's over here. Check out the first part of this video. I'm very proud of our house renovation. And today we're going to be doing the business renovation. So let's check it out. Get yourself a tea, get comfy. Let's play some Sims together. Got myself a green juice here. So this is what we've done so far. We've basically completed the exterior of both the house, and this side over here is the business side. And we've also done the interior of the home as well. And I really love this, how this turned out, just because it's quite different to anything I've built in The Sims 4 before in terms of the color scheme and the style. And I've also just noticed, my game, like I am so mad at my game. I have been having major issues with my game not saving properly. And I've actually done a complete reinstall of the entire game. I also got James's old graphics card, so the game should be moving a lot more smoothly. However, I can already see some of our progress has been deleted. No! Because we had completed everything. We had completed these bedrooms, we had completed the backyard. So I don't know, my game just keeps deleting stuff, even though I've saved it so many times. Well, I'm gonna redo that stuff at the end because a lot of you guys have already seen it, and let's focus on the business side. So this is gonna be our business. We were thinking of making this like a gallery space where you could have one business over here, so a gallery, workshop, all of those artsy things, crafty things. And then back here, this could be a gardening center, coffee place, maybe a place to sell sweet treats as well. Basically, the idea is we want to have enough activities for you to download this house, move into it, and kind of play it however you want to. But I do think the idea of a garden center kind of goes nicely with the crafting business that's next door as well. So it's actually like there's 3 things on this lot. So let's start off, and there's also a playground, which is nice. I've got out some hydroponic planters over here and some seed packets just to help get us started. And really, we just want to give our Sims enough room to get around these planters to make sure they can maintain it all. I'm just gonna leave the seed packets around for you guys to use if you want to, or at least a reminder to get those packets going. And then, you know, maybe we could get some already planted trees from the gallery too. So this is a handy little trick. A lot of people don't actually know about this, but if you go to rooms categories and you just search for, say, plants, you can get a whole heap of rooms with plants that are already grown for you to put in your game. So it's a handy little trick to already get mature trees. I like the idea of this one, All Plants, by Anna Penrose. We'll give a favorite. The only problem is you do need somewhere to place it whilst you're working on it. We might need a smaller room actually, because I don't want to ruin a few things I've already placed. Oh my gosh, these ones are already perfect quality too. Okay, let's grab this from Violet Kitty. There we go, that's a bit more compact for us. Okay, so let's pop in a nice cherry fruit tree and a lemon tree. Just get a couple in here. And what is this? Pomegranate. Beautiful. I guess we can put a couple of these into a spliced plant. This can be our Mediterranean plant section because we've got tomatoes, bell peppers. Who knows what the spliced is? It's a winter plant, so maybe that's not Mediterranean. Elderberry bush. Ugh, the elderberries. That family just gave me so much grief when I played Dream Home Decorator. I don't think I'll ever forgive them for it. I don't usually hold grudges. I'm usually a forgiving person, but not with the elderberries. What they did was unforgivable. Okay, that's probably a good amount. Actually, I think we're making it too easy. Let's get rid of a few things. I like keeping the spliced. Okay, there we go. There's a few there, but not too many. We're also not using any restrictions with the packs. So let's get our greenhouse haven pack and also the blooming rooms for a little bit of inspo for other things we can place around here. because it'd be nice to have some gardening tables you can use and pop a few objects on. And I think this could definitely be eventually turned into a full greenhouse. But then I also don't mind gardening with the seasons in The Sims 2, having things that aren't necessarily undercover and just planting whatever will grow. I like that that reflects real life, because in real life I like to do a little bit of gardening myself sometimes. Actually, I have to do a complete rehaul of my garden. And actually, this is a good time to plug my vlog channel, Deli Diary, where I do my gardening and my other vlog style videos. And I'm trying to upload there a lot more, but I always prioritize this channel. Oh, and I love that these bags are a little bit different depending on the swatch. I love that when they do it with swatches. A nice mix of things. That looks good. And it would definitely make sense to have a florist table here too. We're filtered. No, we're not filtered. And I'm also trying to remember to fix my posture. That's something we spoke about in the last video. I told you guys I was trying to work on my posture more. And I really appreciated the comments that said, I'm proud of you, Deli. I really did appreciate that. Okay, so we could have the florist table like in this building, or we could kind of have it out here in this community area. I mean, I guess for the gardening center, you would have it out here. Okay, I feel like we need more than one table though. If we're offering this as an activity, we need more than one. Well, that's right, we'll just pop our little gardening supplies around the place. And then that makes me wonder, should we have some kind of awning out here? If we've got these workspaces, do we want them in the rain? We could move our playground equipment to this area and actually turn this into a little garden shed. We could make it very small with potential to be expanded. I want to make sure that this is even on both sides. 2 grid points, 2 grid points. Yeah, I told you that's uneven. Let's focus on using the green haven kit here, or the greenhouse haven. I would love a double door. And do we want to go a greenhouse? I mean, if we wanted to go with the rest of our building, we would probably go a brownie color or a black. But there's something nice about a greenhouse. We'll see how we go. I think 2 entrances will be fine. I mean, even 1 is probably fine. And we'll mix these windows so we have some that are open, some that are closed. Oh, dang it. I've done the wrong height windows. That's annoying. Oh, but these taller ones, we don't have an option to have half open windows, which I really like. So let's go back to the smaller windows. And by the way, this lot is going to be so expensive. Oh my gosh, it's already at 183,000 simoleons. Crazy. Yeah, greenhouse roof. I mean, what do we think of the color of this with the other build? The roof trim is definitely not a vibe for me, but I'm also wondering if we combine a brown with the green windows. I don't know, I just like my really bright greenhouse. And it is separate to the other build. It's separate from the building. So I think it's okay. Is this gonna work up here? Oh, we can put it above the door. I mean, I know usually you would put it like up here. I don't mind this for a change. It just makes it a little interesting, a little different. Okay. Now the thing with the greenhouse is the lighting can be tricky because you have a glass roof. So you don't want to have pendant lights hanging from nowhere. But the greenhouse kit did come with these hanging lights, which are very handy. And I thought well thought out for this kind of build, or this kind of space. So this is where folks can come and do their flower arranging. Maybe they can have a flower arranging class here too. If you expand it a little bit, there would be more room for that. Oh, we can use this beautiful tile, or we could go the greenhouse tile, which I have to say, I absolutely love this. Absolutely love it. I kind of want to use it in other areas as well, like down here and here. That's cute. Whoa, too much. too much. Actually, you know what? As much as I like it, I think it will just have it in here. Maybe sprinkle a few hanging plants, pop a few decorations around the place, and then I guess it would be handy to have these to move finished plants too. So I'll just leave this open to interpretation. Also, I like this community little setup here. The other thing we do have to think about is lighting. This is a public space, folks, so you want to keep your Sims safe and have some lights. I mean, we do have a lot of these smaller lights. It'd be nice if we could find some big lamps that actually look okay in this area. I mean, the toddler string lights are really pretty. Oh, but they don't seem that commercial though, do they? I often go for these growing together modern lamps. Maybe we just get a couple of those in here. Okay, those actually blend in more into the environment than than I thought they would, so that's perfect. I think it's always good to have a selling table too. Do some landscaping. I surprisingly use a lot of the items from Sulani in my more suburban worlds because I feel like there's just so much nice, lush landscaping to use from that pack that's quite versatile in other worlds. I suppose we should save. Just gonna say build community. And fingers crossed it starts saving again. I think these should be this brassy color. At least it ties in with the door handles and the building behind it slightly. Okay, we do desperately need a coffee spot. I was thinking one of the coffee carts as opposed to a full espresso bar, because as nice as this is, I actually don't know which will be better functionality wise. And also, where would it go? Maybe it could actually go right here. Maybe it's an option in small business. Okay, the public one is in here, but the little espresso bar is. Grandma Hattie's Bakery, candy stall, hot to go stall. Ah, this is the one we want. Yes. Let's just have this right here. Oh, and it comes in 2 different colors. That's nice. What looks better? The black and the light wood or the chocolatey wood? Honestly, they both look pretty good. I think I prefer this one though. It just looks a little more warm and welcoming. Ooh, also, what's our bin situation? Midsummer cooler, yes. I might get out some picnic things in case we want to use them. The thing is, you can only have, I think, 5 activities for Sims to do at each business, so we don't want to go too crazy because there's only so much the Sims can actually do. But then again, it's also nice to have options. And if there's a coffee shop, you'd want somewhere to sit. I know we have these kinds of chairs around the place, but maybe we need to get rid of this and build up this space and actually have a picnic table here instead. This table is from Growing Together. Oh dear, I made this uneven. That would have upset a lot of you guys. I know you well. That would have upset you. As long as the Sims can get to the back of this, that's fine. And maybe instead of having these here, could have these to kind of tie in with the other chairs. What is this from? This is from High School Years. Or maybe just 1 row of seats, not the double-sided. Okay, now I feel like it just looks weird having that grass patch and we may as well just have a few tables. And I really hope Sims can get down these stairs. I mean, I assume they can. These look like little battery-operated lamps that maybe the coffee store puts out sometimes. Okay, so the stairs go down there. You've got your actual practical gardening area. Then we have our coffee area, tables to sit at, the greenhouse where you can do your floristry classes. We're also gonna have a few things for kids to do, like this hopscotch spot, some marbles. Really, the marbles would roll off over to here, but it's Sims, so it's okay. I do like the idea of having a selling table. I mean, maybe the selling table could be here? Or maybe facing this way? Because there's not really much room to stand here. And this is just for anyone to use. You can just set up shop here, sell whatever you want. This is a great community space. Okay, then we have our playground. I'm actually wondering if we should just have the swing set and monkey bars because I think there's going to be activities more focused on gardening and drinking coffee and such. Like, how do we want to utilize this space? Would we rather have a little bit of kids equipment and some room for picnic baskets? Oh, that's what I should have put on these tables, some picnic baskets. Although there's no barbecue area, so maybe no picnics here. Okay, let's keep it as kids' playground area. I'll put a cooler here in case you really do want to grab food out of it. There we go. And also in terms of the community classes that run, can you just place that notice board in any community lot and it'll spawn classes there? I actually don't think how that works. I don't know how it works. Maybe that little notice board is only in areas that the Sims team picked, because I don't see it as a small business option. I also really like these bins from High School Years. Oh my gosh, this bin has gold on it. That's so fancy. That's fancy schmancy pantsy. I'm just trying to imagine where I would expect to see a bin if I was walking around. It's not actually something I pay a lot of attention to be honest. But I don't litter. I never litter. You should definitely never litter. Actually, I can't believe people do litter. That's just crazy to me. Like, how can you just throw away rubbish in the environment where animals live and then maybe they'll eat it and get sick or something? Not to mention it just looks awful. I suppose next to a road you'd want to have a fence where there's a playground. It doesn't have to be fully enclosed, but I feel as though you'd want to have some kind of barrier. I always like to do a little bit of terrain paint underneath kids' play equipment because it looks like kids have been you know, using the swings, dragging their feet along the ground, kicking up the grass, and running around the monkey bars. You know, it just looks realistic. I think I actually saw people doing this on the gallery, and then I thought, oh my gosh, that is such a great idea. And then for this play equipment, I mean, we usually in Australia have a thing called tan bark, which is a soft bark, like tree bark. So if you fall off the play equipment, it's a softer landing. Do they have that? And there's sand, garden bedlam, salted earth. Maybe this would be the closest we have to it. An old dusty trail. That looks okay. I'm gonna use more of these Sulani Hawaiian-like grasses. Oh, and some light up hedges. Just for a bit of fun. These were unlocked in one of the, I've forgotten which in-game challenge it was, but this was one of the rewards. You might be able to get them off the gallery. Actually, these look bad there because they're next to these ones and it just looks strange. And then over here, we just want to, you know, fill it in with a little bit of grass, a few random rocks, just make it look organic. Same thing over here, just make it look pretty. So it's not that noticeable and it just looks like it's meant to be here, you know what I mean? And I do that with 3 things: rock, grass, and terrain paint. Yeah, gorgeous. Beautiful. Well, I think this has turned out really good. Or turned out really well, I should say. Correct English. Well, maybe really good is correct English. I don't know. I don't really care. I think that's everything we want to have in this area. So now I've just got to do inside the actual art space. And then I've also, before the final tour, got to finish off these balconies and this outdoor area. That is so annoying that didn't save. I'm a little bit worried about my Let's Plays. Like, I feel like... I don't know, I feel like all my saves are corrupt or something. I'm scared. All right, so I've already got some painting stuff out already. And the idea of having these dividers in here is to create cubicles or areas where individual sims could work and have their own space. I've done the same thing with these half walls up here. So obviously we want to have room for teaching classes because that's a big feature. Oh, we also need to have one of these. Maybe where I put the bin. That's an odd spot for a bin. Let's pop this here. So this is where they check in. Check in here, folks. Then you can enter the studio. Ooh, I just saw the gazebo. That's so cute. A gazebo over our plants. Okay, it's a bit much. I like the idea though. Okay, so maybe wall. I forgot how big this is. So this rectangle doesn't have to fit in a room, but you can place objects that fit within the rectangle and they will pay attention to the class. I think that's how it works. I think I'll do our class area over here. And I want to keep the interior of this space pretty clean. A blank canvas, if you will. So you guys can make it however you want it to be. But I also like the idea of this plywood on the walls and kind of it being a nod to the plywood, the rustic and the basic materials that you're going to turn into something. Now, what class do we want to be teaching? Do we want to teach pottery, painting, maybe pottery because it is the new skill? I feel like we placed this too far forward. The reason why I did it though is because it looks like it's support for the staircase. Pop a few things in different places. Oh, I like how some of these are dirty. That's cute. I didn't actually notice those swatches. What if we use these eco lifestyle chairs? Because they kind of match the vibe. Wait a second, if we actually use the red chair and the red version of this, how cool is that? They go together really well. Then you could do the blue with the blue chair, pink with the, oh, I have a pink chair. Anyway, that's just something I noticed, which is kind of cool. I do feel like we need a little bit of color in here. You know what I wish was a wallpaper? The lower part of this wallpaper, these stripes, I wish that was a wallpaper with like a plain top of this. That would be so good. I mean, what happens if we really did something quite different and that's tiles instead of a solid wallpaper? It's a lot with the bricks on the ground. Maybe it is too much with the bricks on the ground and that's just not colorful at all. I think we could also get some more interesting lights in here too. Oh, actually they're hanging very low. Well, what about these? These are nice. These are commercial looking and they're a nice color and they're from Get to Work, which means more of you guys are likely to have them because it's an older pack. At least that's my logic. Maybe we go black. The black's actually very chic. What I've learned from running a business in businesses and hobbies is that you definitely want to be able to sell your creations. So we will have a few selling podiums here. I also love these sconce lights because you can get them to match a lot of wallpapers. So it's got this beautiful monochromatic look to it. Love that. Although wait, are we getting too busy with these lights? No, I think it's okay. I have a teacher's stool in the corner here. Oh, actually, instead of these, maybe we should actually have a painting selling spot because we have painting in a lot of building too. I like the idea of a smock wall or an apron wall. And then here I was gonna have like a faux sink area. And my idea was you would kind of wash your stuff over in this corner, which means we need to change this window or just not have a window. Wait, do these even go together? Oh, I don't think they really go. Okay, maybe let's get the sinks from the painting kit. Okay, that's like where you wash all your stuff and then you can have your towel there. Another thing that the Sims like in businesses and hobbies are a little bit of environment factor. They want to have some pretty decoration around. So I might pop up a couple of these screens. Their environmental impact is 3, so it helps a little bit. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, I just had to feed my dogs and I came up with a completely new color scheme when I came back. And I want to know what you guys think. I think this is just a little bit more interesting and fun. I know I said I wanted it to be like a blank canvas, but I got over it. I wanted something a little like with a little bit more in it. So I've gone this green theme. Green seems to be the build color at the moment. I am building everything in green. I don't know why, but I think it looks really good. And I've also just reorganized this little area so it looks better in my opinion. I've done a metal roof, just thought that was kind of cool, a little bit industrial. And then the green chairs with some greenery around the place. So yeah, I just did that. And I've also just filled in the gaps over here. It's not exactly the same as it was before, but if you guys watched the other video, it's very similar. It's almost exactly the same. So that's fixed up. And then all we have to do is up here and then we can do a grand tour. I guess we'll do a full tour of the entire. Should we do a full tour? Yeah, we'll do a full tour. Why not? I also wanted to make use of this little hidey hole area. I just thought it might be nice to. Oh, I didn't realize I put something up here. I was like, why is it not changing the color of the ladder? So like I said earlier, upstairs is going to be our painting area. I think it would make sense to have some sinks to wash brushes at. So maybe we can do a sink cleanup area over here. One clean sink, one dirty. And then we want to have some workstations around the place. I mean, we could even think about this area upstairs being cubicles that are rented out for different artists to use. Oh, I also thought it'd be cute to have a kid's little station down here. Like at the end of the row. How cute is this? It's adorable. Now I really do want to create a Nook kit. What am I talking about? A Nook kit. I really want to create an artist space that Sims can rent out a cubicle and in each spot's like different activities. And then you just charge for attendance. That's a cool idea. Whatever artist works over here, their area is pretty messy. You know what? Let's put stuff on the window. They can do whatever they want here. And then this person's a little cleaner with their space. Please come in dark green. Please come in dark green. No, I was hoping for an olive green. That's all right. We can have black cabinets. On the deck here, we could have a woodworking table. I mean, actually, you'd probably drop stuff down on top of the people below. Whoops, dropped a hammer. Bonk on their heads. Okay, maybe let's just put one over on this area to avoid any dramas. This could be a knitting circle or a painting area where you can like paint something in the middle that's on display. I think we'll do that for now. Actually, it probably makes sense more over this way because we're taking up a little bit too much room because the door has a handle on this side, so they don't need to go around that way. I remember at uni doing nude painting classes or still life drawing. It was such a great, like, peaceful class to go to just draw what's in front of you. It was really enjoyable. I mean, to start off with, I had a little bit of a giggle seeing, you know, naked people because it's like, oh my god, but you could very quickly get over it and it's like, oh, okay, whatever. Actually, you know what would be cool in this little alcove as like painting storage. Maybe if I size this down, the shadow's not as obvious. Oh, that's cool. I like that little sneaky spot there. Okay, cool. I'm pretty happy with this. But you could put anything in here. You could do a jewelry making studio, a music studio, a styling studio, clothes store, gym. You can turn this into whatever you would like to. I feel like chimes are a vibe. I feel like we need something here, like plants or something to make it make sense. Little plant box. Oh my gosh, you guys, I think we're finished. We've done it. Wow, this place is huge. Okay, well, let's do the grand tour. So the sign on the right-hand side above the awning, that's where you can put whatever business icon you pick, but that's just blank because it's waiting for you to turn it into whatever you like. So on the left-hand side is the house, which we've already gone through in the last part of this build, but I will still show you a little bit of it anyway. So this is the front door. There's a really nice sunken lounge room over here with a fireplace that's risen up off the floor. It's very family friendly. And then we've used these dividers to separate the lounge room from the kitchen, but still have this open plan living. Again, very family friendly, lots of very light colors grounded with some dark, like black lights and features. I love this kitchen. I saw a lot of you guys saying this is like your favorite kitchen. It's so pretty. Then the dining area. Through here is kind of a room of requirement. You can turn this into whatever you like and it joins through to the business side if you want, which might seem a bit strange because I've chosen to turn it into a kid's playroom, but you could always remove the door. And they have a puppet theater stage over here, also a bar with a popcorn maker, an ice cream maker, radio, board games in the corner over here. And something that I used to do as a kid was I would seat my toys in front of me so I could perform to them, usually when I was playing teachers. So they're there ready to watch the show, and there's dress ups and props and all sorts of things. Out here is the private backyard just for the family to use. So I've just redone this, but there's the paddle pool that I just heard James screaming in the other room because he's currently live streaming with Dr. Glue on some Minecraft. Ah, funny. Anyway, I love this area because I think the column that goes through the table looks really cool because it's like built in. Okay. Then if we go upstairs, revisiting this makes me really appreciate how much I love this build. Anyway, bookshelf, landing. In here is the parents' room. Big skylight. I need to fix that light there. Yeah, it's a lovely corner room. Just simple, just nice. They have a curved balcony out here as well. Nice view, and a lovely ensuite in here with a double sink, bathtub, shower, and toot. We also have a gorgeous toddler bedroom and infant bedroom. So I love this little corner. I think that just looks really cute, all the pastel colors and the pinks and the blues. But there's also a crib, a change table over here. Like I said, this house is very family friendly. And then this is like the kids' room. They have a skylight as well. There's a shed, bunk bed, computer, cozy game stuff there as well. That was the pack little Simsy was a part of. I love the rocket ship and the little gnome lamp. We could have actually made a gnome garden. Nice red and blue bathroom to go with the bedroom. There's also a big bathroom on this level as well. So this is just like a second main bathroom. And the fourth bedroom I've made as a guest bedroom because often when you have kids in the games, the parents will come and visit if you're playing in Generations. So there's already a suitcase there, a guest room. I mean, you could have a roommate live here. They've got a nice bathroom. They've also got this elongated deck they can do some yoga on. Oh, and there's also just by the entrance here, a bathroom with a potty as well. So there is a bathroom downstairs in case anyone was wondering or concerned about that. What is happening with my curtain? What is happening here? There we go. Now to go to the business side of the build, which is what we worked on today. So we've put some bins around the place. We have this nice entrance glass. I quite like how this works, and I also like that there's the table behind it. Then we've got these big barn doors, and then bam, green. Not for everyone, you know, that's fine. It's loud, but I love it. I like this a lot. It feels like it has a strong brand. Like this place could be franchised out for sure. Lovely board. I love the black colorway actually for that board there. Industrial roof. We've got all the gowns there on the wall. An area to sell pottery. You've got your sinks there. Not that the Sims really need sinks to actually do pottery, but I like having them there. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this has turned out. And imagine going to this place. I mean, what a lovely community space or business to go to. I think I might change the roofing up here because I think that metal's too heavy. So I'll probably do like a light concrete roof just because it's a little much, I think. But anyway, this is our upstairs area where we have easels, a lovely painting area. It's kind of cozy up here. You've got your woodworking table, again, basins where you would quote unquote wash up your brushes. And then we have a couple of nooks for Sims to use. So private spaces to do art and come back to your workspace if you want. I'm really happy with how this turned out. And then out here is just a simple woodworking table. And then there's more. We have our gorgeous community garden space, which could be a secondary business because each sim can run one business. So down here is the coffee area where you can get a coffee. You can even have a picnic down here if you want to. And then step down to our community garden where there's already some trees grown for you to look after. There's some seed packets ready to open. But I think this is a nice way to use the space. I think this is very pretty. And then our greenhouse, which is literally green. Wow, I'm really into green at the moment. And then in here are the floristry tables. So you could run a business here where Sims can do all their floristry, or you could turn this just into a greenhouse where you put all the plants, and maybe this space could be like a community pool or more playground equipment. You can really do a lot with this. And then we do have playground equipment. There's also a nice water feature area, swings, monkey bars, and then in here's a toilet. There's also a little pond there. So you can go to the bathroom if you're visiting the business too, and this is a very fancy bathroom, very nice. And that's it, that's beautiful. So I guess I'll just refine a few things and then I'm gonna upload this to the gallery. It will be able to be downloaded under my username Deligracy, and I'll also use the hashtag Deligracy for you as well. And I was just thinking we technically need one of these for the community garden space. So we could put it here. I really want it to be easy to get to. It would be a bit weird to have it over in this corner. Although you use the same one for both businesses. So no, we don't need another one of these. And the total price, if you do want to invest in this property, is 224,000 simoleons. And I'll also make sure to correctly zone the space because right now the house is also a public space. So I'll also do that off camera. Don't forget to always zone your builds. It's easy to forget that one. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any other requests for builds or videos or let's plays or any ideas for this channel. I love hearing your feedback and let me know if you're gonna use this build for anything. As always, thanks to my amazing members for your support. And if you do want to become a member, it's a great way to support the channel. There is a link in the description to join. So information, just check out the description below. And another way you can directly support the channel is by using the code Deligracy if you purchase anything from the EA app. Just pop it in the promo code section at checkout and that really helps me out as a creator. So thanks to EA for sponsoring this part of the video. But most of all, just thanks for being here watching and hanging out with me. I love playing Sims with you guys. I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are in the world, and I can't wait to speak to y'all soon. Dag dag!